ग्लौं ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिषबन्धनात् धृत्यार्मध्येष्मामृधात् स्वाहा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिषबन्धनात् धृत्यार्मध्येष्मामृधात् स्वाहा। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिषबन्धनात् धृत्यार्मध्येष्मामृधात् स्वाहा। ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीर्थदंष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं जलंधं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं जलंधं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं जलंधं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा। ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारे त्रिपुरांधकारी भानुसती भूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनिराहुकेतवः सर्वे गृहाः शान्तिकरा भवन्तु स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न स्वाहा। ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा। क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय जा। ओम यामिका पापा तानि तानि वन्दी प्रदक्षिणं नास्ति शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष श्री यज्ञ नारायण श्री यज्ञ महाविष्णवे नमो नमः। इति मंगलानंद कोटि प्रदक्षिण नमस्कार महाविदेशम।
राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंदा 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 राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंदा। आज बिरज में होरी रे रसिया आज बिरज में होरी रे रसिया बरजोरी रे रसिया होरी रे रसिया बरजोरी रे रसिया। आज बीरज में होरी रे रसिया आज बीरज में होरी रे रसिया आज बीरज में होरी होरी रे रसिया बरजोरी रे रसिया।
Is it on?
Yeah. Hello? 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 Should be louder. Hello? Hello?
अपने अपने घर से
Hello? Can it be louder, huh? Louder than this?
अपने अपने घर से निकसी
Hello, hello.
श्री राधे श्री
Hello, hello, hello.
राधे श्री राधे
Hello. Better? Yeah, better. Hello, hello. Yeah. Guys.
अपने अपने घर से निकसी कोई श्यामल कोई गोरी रे रसिया आज भी रज में होरी रे
रसिया
आज भी रज में होली रे रसिया
started this.
होरी रे रसिया पर जोरी रे रसिया होरी रे रसिया पर जोरी रे रसिया आज भी रज में होरी रे रसिया
आज भी रज में होली रे रसिया
कौन काम को कुंवर कन्हैया कौन गाँव को कुंवर कन्हैया कौन गाँव की राधा गोरी रे रसिया आज भी रज में होरी रे रसिया
आज भी रज में होली रे रसिया
नंद गाँव के कुंवर कन्हैया नंद गाँव के कुंवर कन्हैया बरसाने की राधा गोरी रे रसिया आज भी रज में
होरी रे रसिया
आज भी रज में होली रे रसिया
आज भी रज कौन के हाथ कनक पिचकारी कौन के हाथ कनक पिचकारी कनक पिचकारी कनक पिचकारी कौन के हाथ कमोरी रे रसिया आज भी रज में होरी रे रसिया आज भी रज में होरी रे
रसिया
बजाए
श्याम के हाथ कनक पिचकारी श्याम के हाथ कनक पिचकारी राधा जी के हाथ कमोरी रे रसिया राज बीरज में होरी रे रसिया राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद राधे गोविंद भजो वृंदावन चंदा
That's okay. That's okay. Go. Say. Play.
Yeah. Third right. Play Panditji.
That's what he's doing. o'clock, so we welcome you to our Puja this morning. We hope you enjoy. We are going to have one or two speakers today because of this Ukraine disaster. Plus, I'm going to talk a little bit about what is happiness, and a little bit about why we do puja, why we wear mala, why we should wear mala, and then I will speak about what is known as integrity and self-respect. Hopefully it will be too much. Then I have to give the medical talk, which will be on coronary artery disease, which is the coronary arteries are the arteries which supplies the heart, and when that blocks up, you get heart attacks. So I've touched on that before. I want to do that again today because it's a very important topic, and I think we should be familiar with it. So we start. Asangoham, 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 puda puda. Asangoham, 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 puda puda. Satchidananda rupoham, ahameva Let the tunes of the violin take us far away from here, to that land where there is all peace and happiness, for which once you get there, you never want to return. न धर्मनिष्ठोऽस्मि न च आत्मवेदि न भक्तिमान् त्वचरणारविन्दे अकिञ्च अनन्य गति शरण्य त्वत्पादमूलम् शरणं प्रपद्ये तत्पादमूलं त्वत्पादमूलं त्वत्पादमूलं शरणं प्रपद्ये I don't know meditation. I talked about the change it. I don't know meditation. I don't know puja. Prabhu, I don't know how to pray to you. I'm helpless. Totally helpless. Even a place where there's plentiful, I'm still helpless. In a place where so much is available to me, yet I'm helpless. Nadharmanishto भक्तिमान् त्वच्चरणारविन्दे अकिञ्च अनन्य गति शरण्य त्वत्पादमूलं शरणं प्रपद्ये।
पद्मनाभ्यं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिर्दैज्ञानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानि सहितं नमामि।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
would say I prefer we just sing until 12 o'clock, but then people will say that they'll get bored, wouldn't they? I would like to say this morning, happiness is your responsibility. Happiness is our responsibility. Your responsibility, your own responsibility. There was a crowd of people, and a gentleman picked out a lady and asked her, "Does your husband make you happy?" So everyone stopped now. This is a random person picked out, a random question. He knew nothing about this lady. He knew she was married for a long time. The husband, of course, was beaming because he knew that they've had a happy married life. And he was expecting, of course, for her to say that he provides everything for her, car. So everyone waiting for her answer. And what did she say? She said, "No, my husband does not make me happy." So the husband's face, of course, dropped. Everyone wondered, why would she say that when she could have even lied a little bit, if she's not happy, in front of everyone to embarrass her husband like that. But then she continued. And she said, "My happiness does not lie with my husband. My happiness lies with me. I am the one to make myself happy, or I am the one to make myself sad." And if we understand this, this can solve so many problems in our lives. Happiness is our own responsibility. You take the other person for he or she is, or your children for what they are, or your friends for what they are, but ultimately, happiness comes down to how we tackle this difficult world that we live in. And this world is a difficult world. It's not an easy world. It is a difficult world. There's so many things that takes our minds away from this happiness. But our minds are like what? Our minds are like a mirror. Tura man darpan kahlaye, tura man darpan kahlaye, bhale buri sare karmon ko dekhe aur dikhaye, tura
मन दर्पण कहलाए, तोरा मन दर्पण कहलाए.
My mind is a mirror. भले बुरे सारे कर्मों को देखे और दिखाए.
तोरा मन
But everything I see, my mind is that mirror. That mind of mine has to be happy. मन ही देवता, मन ही ईश्वर, मन से say? Mana hi devata. The mind is a devata, the mind is Ishwar. There's nothing greater than the mind. And when the mana ujiyara, when the mind becomes bright, illumined, the whole world becomes illumined today. Where the mind is dull. And what this mind is? The mind is a reflection of who I am. Mana ujiyara, japa paile, jaga ujiyara ho. Isa ujare, darapana pe prade, dhulana japane. And when this mirror is clean, when this mind reflects its happiness in me, don't let dust accumulate upon it. What happened? Dust accumulates in our mind, and our happiness gets disturbed. दुख के काते मन सब का
सुख की कलिया दुख के काटे मन सब का आधार
से कोई बात छुपे ना मन के नैन जग से चाहे भागन कोई जग से चाहे भागन कोई मन से भागन पाया
पूरा मन दर्पण कहलाए पूरा मन दर्पण कहलाए
What does verse say? सुख की कलिया और दुख की काते मन सब का आधार. The mind is the basis. When the happiness comes, it blooms. सुख की कलिया and when trouble comes to us, troubles are like thorns. मन से कोई बात छुपे ना. You can't hide anything from your mind. You cannot hide anything from your mind because the mind has 1,000 eyes. मन से कोई बात छुपे ना मन के नैन हजार 1,009 eyes. जग से चाहे पागल कोई. You can run away from the world, but मन से भागन पाए. You can't run away from your mind. That happiness is our responsibility. And you know who's in our hearts? Who is in our hearts? Our consciousness in our hearts. What is this consciousness? This consciousness is Bhagwan.
ईश्वर अंश जीवय विनाशी चेतन अमल सहज सुख राशि। बोलो श्री राम।
जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
They just telling me I'm stealing the singers.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Ishvara Ansa Jiva Vinashi. A little part of God is in each and every one of us. But why we don't know it? Te Maya Basa Bhaya O Gosai. Because of this Maya. What is this Maya? This Maya is telling us this body is mine. These hands, beautiful face. How much cosmetics I don't use to put on my face. Is that true? Cosmetic industry is $1 billion. Eyelash. People who have eyebrow, they put on eyebrow. People whose eyelash are not long enough put on longer eyelash. I see some people with fingernails. You know? They come, I sort of see them at my office. I wonder how they manage. Leave that to you. And the fingernails are long. I said, how come your fingernails are so long? He said, oh, Dr. Dubey, these are, just put them on. I said, oh, okay. Chalo. This Maya, this illusion prevents us from us knowing who our true self is. This Maya. And because of this Maya, what he says, Te Maya Basa Bhaya O Gosai Baljo Kira Markata Ke Nai. And so, Baljo Kira Markata Ke Nai, we are just like a puppet. And what? This illusionary world pulls our strings and we dance to it. So what we must do? We must try to have integrity and self-respect. So I tell you a story. You like hear story? You like Tabla Chap? You like hear story too? You like hear story? A merchant went to the market and he saw a camel, which he really liked, and he bought the camel. He brought the camel home. He thought the saddle was a little bit heavy. He told his attendant to take off the saddle. when he was not there, the attendant took off the saddle, and below the saddle, he found a bag of gems. So he went to his owner. I said, look, we have a beautiful bag of gems. So he said, you know what? I must return this bag of gems to the person who sold the camel to me. I only bought the camel. I did not buy the camel plus the what?
Gems.
The attendant says, Sam, he would not know. Let's take one or two. He said, no. I bought the camel. I returned back the gems. So he returned back the gems to the individual. When he returned back the gems, the man looked at it and he said, listen, pick out any two of these gems. It's yours for your honesty. So you know what he said? Can anybody tell me what he said? Can anybody tell me what he said? What was his reply? Rup, you're a man who go to a lot of satsang and you're sitting far away. But I told you to come up in front, but you're with your brother. So what did the man say? When this chap says, I'm going to pick out any of these two gems, what do you think the gentleman said? Anybody? He said, I picked out two of the gems already. So he said, really? He counted it, and he counted it, and he counted it. Come. This is my main man in Guyana, you know. Come. So he counted the gems. When he counted the gems, he said, these gems were the exact amount that was in the bag. How come you said that you took two? He said, yes, I took two. Those gems are integrity and self-respect. Those are the two gems I took. This is a difficult thing. I don't know if I would have given them all the gems myself, but especially gasoline price is $1.85 now. I might take a gem to buy some gasoline. You know what I mean? Anyway. Don't let me be the measuring rod. So the gentleman says, I took two of your gems, sir. And those two gems are integrity and self-respect. So, you lose a thing, but what? You gain trust. You lose a thing, he lost that, but he gained trust. You lose a thing, but you sleep well. You lose a thing, but you achieve deep satisfaction. I know this is just going to go over your heads, but with my job, what can I tell you? You all pay me to do this job, so you lose a thing, and you achieve deep satisfaction. You lose a thing, and you acquire great reputation. You lose a thing, and you inspire others to live by what is right and create a legacy. This is a lesson I would like to leave with all of us here today. Earlier, I told you about happiness, that it has to come from within. These are the things. Self-respect and integrity are some of the virtues. When we acquire them, it allows us to build that sea of happiness in ourselves. And when we understand that Ishvara lives within us, that bhajan, you know, Tura Mandarapana Kahalai, it has a preamble to it. The preamble, there are only 3 or 4 people who will understand this preamble. Prani apne Prabhu se puche. Prani apne Prabhu se puche. Creatures asking God, Kis vidhi pavu tuhi? How can I get you? Then Prabhu said, Prabhu kaha to man ko pale. Prabhu says, control your mind, pa jayenge mohi. And when you can control your mind and put your mind to get all those virtues, then what? Tura manadara tura manadara bhale buri sare karamo ko, good and bad that you do, dekhe, you see, and it is shown to you, dekhe aur dikhaye. It means the mind is like a mirror to us. Do the right thing even when no one is watching. Do the right thing even when no one is watching. I know Nadine is going to ask me for what is the quote of the week. I'll give her that. Doing the right thing even when no one is watching is one of the hallmarks of this virtue that we have. Some of the things that can help us to do this is for us to do puja in our home. For those people that do puja in their homes, where that puja room is, there's a different aura when you enter that area. That whole area is different from other parts of the house. Your bedroom, downstairs where you live, or upstairs, where your puja room is, where the Lord's name is chanted, where the bell is being rung, where agarbatti is shown to the Lord, where diya is shown to the Lord, where fresh flowers are put. That area has a different A-U-R-A, aura. You know aura? You know angel, you see angel pictures, what they have? They have a little white light behind their head that's called halo. It's called, that white aura is, that whiteness. We don't want a black aura. We want black. In the other parts of the house, there may be a black aura. But wherever that puja room is, the aura will be good. But when we do the puja and we take the agarbatti or the diya and show it in the various parts of the house. Have you ever seen the people do puja? You see that pictures. You see that pictures? Film. Indian films. You see them in Indian films? When they do puja, they will take that arti and they will take it all over. Should. Because what you're taking there, you're taking the aura to all parts of the house. What our rishis and saints and sages have said of yesteryear, of days past, is phenomenal. How they knew all these things. And they know. And they teach us to do these things. So our whole house becomes what? A house of peace. A house of prayer. A house of prayer, a house of peace. I'm not saying you are going to become a monk. No. What I'm saying, we try our best to create that aura in that home and let that peace. That is why we do puja. And not only I'm not saying do it every day. Okay, once a week, once every 2 weeks, take the arti, go around, take the agarbatti, go around a little bit, show everything, and make the house spiritual. And to help us this, a mala, we have a Rudraksh mala, you know Rudraksh? Rudraksh. Rudra means Shiva, Aksha means tears. Lord Shiva in his meditation for thousands of years, when he wake up in that ecstasy and he started to dance, the tears of his eyes fell upon the earth in certain places, and in those certain places, Rudraksh mala grows, the bead grew. But the Rudraksh, many people wear the mala to show people, I got a nice mala. No. Mala is to be worn on the bare skin. On the bare skin, the mala must be worn. And why the mala is important? The mala is important that even if you are traveling, you have your mala with you, and you go to what? Ramajapu. This is a bhajan learned in Guyana, for the Bharat Shivashram Sangh, they had a little book, Hindutva. You read the book? And he handed it and said, you know that, Roop? Right. Rama Japo, Rama Japo, Rama Japo Bhavare.
Ram japo, Ram japo, Ram japo
Rama Japo Bhavare. और सरल से चूक बंदे भलो पायो जावरे, भलो पायो जावरे। राम
जपो, राम जपो, राम जपो बावरे। राम जपो, राम जपो, राम जपो बावरे।
Ram Japo, Ram Japo. Bhavare means what? Bhavare means mad. You sing the name of the Lord until you become ecstatic, until you become mad, and you dance like a madman. To Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he was often accused as being a madman. Why? Because he was always in the ecstasy of the Divine Mother. He used to dance, sing, go to samadhi. Imagine. He only went what they call first standard school, you know, first standard. He only went to first standard. Yet, he made so many disciples. And one of the greatest disciples was Vivekananda. Vivekananda saw the greatness of Ramakrishna. Although he never went to any school, he did not know any Vedas, but he knew who was God. And that is what is important. So when we do Ganesh Puja, our first puja is Ganesh Puja. Many of our children, ourselves also, we say this elephant god with his big ears and big trunk, etc. Why should we do prayers unto him? Well, if you go to Balkan, Doha 100, there it is described. And I'm going to read the Doha for you, and then I'll explain to you, so you will understand who Ganesha is. Ganesha is not that when you see that elephant trunk and so forth, that's only a symbol. But who is the Ganesha? Balkan. Remember, it's Balkan. I know you all would not look it up. I'm only wasting my breath. Balkan, Doha 100. सुमिरन सब करे, दुख करे न कोई।
सुख में सुमिरन सब करे, दुख में करे न को- दुख में
सुमिरन करे,
दुख काहे
को होय
कबीरा, दुख काहे को हो।
कबीर सब जग निर्धना, धनवंता नहीं कोई।
कबीर सब जग निर्धना, धनवंता नहीं कोई।
धनवंता सोई जाने,
राम नाम धन होय कबीरा, राम नाम धन होय।
नुशासन गणपति पूजे शंभु भवानी मुनि अनुशासन गणपति पूजे शंभु भवानी ओ सोने संशय करय जरे
घट मेरा साइया सूली से जन कोई
बलिहार घट दास जागत पर घट हो
कबीरा जागत पर गत हो
मेरा साया सूर्य से जन को बलिहारे घट दास जागत पर घट हो कबीरा
जागत पर गत हो
मुनि अनुशासन गणपति पूज्य शंभु भवानी मुनियों की आज्ञा से शंभु और भवानी ने गणेश जी की पूजा की The sages and saints said to Parvati and Lord Shiva, you have to do Ganesh Puja now. Now how can they do Ganesh Puja? There's no Ganesh. Because it is said Ganesh was born out of them. Now they're getting married. So how is it? What I would like to impress upon everyone is Adi Ganesh, that Ganesha who is there forever. The Ganesha that Lord Shiva and Parvati got is just a symbol of Ganesha. So when you do Ganesh Puja, don't feel it's just an elephant you're doing the puja to, but you do to Adi Ganesha. And this is what's very important for us to understand. Muni Anusasana Ganapati Puja Shambhu Bhavani Kausuri Sansaya Karaya Jane Surana Dijajan. और यह सुनकर कोई शंका ना करे और जी में देवताओं को अनादि जाने, इस बात से संशय हो सकता है कि गणेश जी शिव पार्वती की संतान है, इसलिए इनके विवाह से पूर्व कहाँ से आ गए. This Ganesha that we do puja to is that Ganapati Bhagwan who is always there for us. So we pray that Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha Deva.
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा. दयावंती चार भुजाधारे. चार भुजाधारे. माथे पे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवार. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय
अंधन को आंख देत और कोड़ियन को काया, बांझन को पुत्र देत और अंधन को आंख देत. It doesn't necessarily mean it makes the blind see. It makes all of us who are blind see. You got it? All of us who are blind because of the illusionary world that we live in, He opens up that eye, that third eye in us, so that we can see the Jagat for what it is and understand that that Jagat is ruled by Jagadishwara. Jagat, Jagatau Pitarau Bande Parvati Parameshwarau. So that Jagat, which is the world ruled by Jagadish, that Jagadish, he is the one who wakes up that eye in us, that the nirdhan, the money, is a wealth of spirituality. This is what the bhajan means. Many people criticize the bhajan because they don't understand. So many things are metaphorically said in these bhajans, and we take them for what it is, the word value of it. Do not take it for the word value. That is why you sit at the feet of masters and listen to these talks. There are so many beautiful talks on YouTube and so many places that you can listen. Some YouTube things are false too, by the way. Quite a few. Somebody called me one day and said, Kajol is dead. I said, really? Kajol? So I looked at YouTube, Kajol is dead for true. Right on the YouTube. I said, Kajol is quite hale and hearty. So be careful what you read, who you read, and who you believe. So that Bhagwan Lord, Ganesha, is always with us. And once he's with us, we don't have to worry. We'll have one or two bhajans and then I'll continue.
शिव का नाम जपो संसारी, शिव का नाम जपो संसारी, पतित पावनी पाप नाशनी, पतित पावनी पाप नाशनी, जिसने गंगा सिर पे धारी, सिर पे धारी, शिव का नाम जपो संसारी, शिव का नाम जपो संसारी. ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय. सागर मंथन के प्रतिपल से गोर हलाहल निकला जल से, सागर मंथन के प्रतिपल से गोर हलाहल निकला जल से, शंकुता कर पी गए शंकर, नीलकंठ बन गए त्रिपुरारी. शिव का नाम जपो संसारी, शिव का नाम जपो संसारी. जब गंगा को ला भगीरथ कौन अधिकार है उसे भी जब गंगा को लाए भगीरथ कौन दिखाए उसे भी जब कोई धारण कर ना पाया जटाजूट ने शिव ने भारी शिव का नाम जपो संसारी शिव का नाम जपो संसारी पतित पावनी पापनाशनी पतित पावनी पापनाशनी जिसने गंगा सिर पे धारी शिव का नाम जपो संसारी ओम नमः शिवाय
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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाला
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाला
हरि गोविंद गोविंद गोपाला
हरि गोविंद गोविंद गोपाला
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद कृष्ण गोपाल
कृष्ण गोपाल भज कृष्ण गोपाल
गोविंद गोविंद भजो रे गोपाल गोपाल भजो रे गोविंद गोविंद भजो रे गोपाल गोपाल भजो रे गोपाल गोपाल भजो रे
गोपाल भज
Go back on the slides. What I talked about this morning, happiness is your responsibility. I told you about that this morning. Please don't forget. I know you'll forget, but keep it in the back of your mind. That happiness is your responsibility. Next one I told you about is puja and mala. Then I told you about lose a thing, keep your integrity and your self-respect. You'd rather lose a few things, but to gain trust. You sleep well. You lose a few things, but you achieve deep satisfaction. You lose a few things, but you acquire grit. Don't let it skim over your heads. These are very important things. Right, Mr. Pharmacist? Agree? Okay. Inspire others to live by what is right and create a legacy. These are the important things I told you about. I told you to do puja in your home. Try to make the whole place filled with aura. And before you go to sleep at night, if especially you can't sleep, take your mala and do some japa. You'll be surprised how you get good night's sleep. Very good night's sleep. Or you lie down in your bed and you do Ram, 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 Ram. You don't have to physically do it. Your mind has to do it. You lie down in your bed, Ram, 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 Ram. Your wife talking to you, you just continue Ram. So you just, what do? You play as if you're sleeping. So she would not do. Right? I'm not talking about you, Rup. You're shaking your head. Lydia, watch the program. Mala, keep it with you. Next one I talk about, was it? Anything else? That's it, eh? That's it. So please, these are some of the things that we should try to remember for this morning. There's one thing else I'd like to talk to you about, but that I will leave for another time. I will talk a little bit about coronary artery disease, but before that, many people say we only sing bhajans which are non-Guyanese. So we'll say a Guyanese bhajan. All bhajans are not Guyanese, they're all, but you mean the bhajan that we are accustomed to in Guyana. He Prabhu Anandadata, He Prabhu Anandadata, Gyana Hamko Dijiye.
हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए
हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए
शीघ्र सारी दुर्गुण
के हम किसी से भूल कर दिया
निंदा किसकी हम किसी से भूल कर भी ना करें।
जीवन हो हमारा यश तेरा गाया
हे प्रभु आनंद दाता ज्ञान हमको दीजिए।
Today I want to speak about coronary artery disease. Coronary artery disease, about diabetics, is a 21% chance more than any other person to get coronary artery disease. And in non-diabetics, it is 11%. But when you analyze the 11% who are not diabetics, they were practically pre-diabetic, meaning not that HbA1c showed they are pre-diabetic, but their insulin level is high. Right, pharmacists? Hyperinsulinemia. I know I've killed this topic, but I don't know how many people understand it and how many people will take it away. Although you are not a diabetic, I've told you all before, when the insulin is rising in your body, the blood sugar does not reflect that you are going to be a diabetic. It takes 10, maybe 15 years before the blood sugar reflects, unless you've really gone crazy with sweets, etc., before you are to reflect that you are a diabetic. During this time, the high insulin level which the body is not using, it damages the vessels. What is the vegetable oil? I don't know, can you all see that? It's very fine writing. I don't know if you are, can you all see it? Yeah. Little bit? Can you get, you can't enlarge it, huh? Oh yeah, yeah, that little more, little bit more. Move it across. Is it possible? Okay, good. I've come. Okay. Vegetable, can you all see that now? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vegetable seed oils. Vegetable, called dalda, vegetable ghee. People say, how many people don't use vegetable ghee? Anything that is vegetable seed or vegetable ghee is bad. Do not use it. Sunflower seed, canola oil, it's all there. Is there canola there too?
Yes.
Canola, peanut, cottonseed, corn oil. They are, you know why you should be, I want to explain to you all today why vegetable oil is not good. Can anybody tell me before I say it? Huh? What? Why vegetable oil is not good? The seeds of the vegetable, they have some protective chemical around them to prevent insects from eating them. What happened? When you cook those vegetable oil, the seeds, the chemical that is in those seeds, it breaks up into that oil. And you know why the vegetable oil is used? It's a good preservative, shelf life is long. Vegetable oil causes shelf life of the things that they are made in. It make it, you know what a long shelf life is? It's like a preservative then. Yeah. It does not go bad. Vegetable oil is good for that. And what we do? We are lazy. So we go for all the pre-cooked thing and all this, and we pick a vegetable oil. Our forefathers used to use what? Huh? What oil your father used to use, Micah? Coconut oil. And you remember what a bad name coconut oil got? You all remember that? No, it has reverted back. Zero, right back. That coconut oil is one of the best oils to use. Coconut oil. They had a thing in Guyana called fry oil. Yeah? Well, that is the same thing. Fry oil. So many people get coronary artery disease because our food is not good. Believe me, your food is what cures you. They say why say? Man. And also tan. Tan means body, and is food. If you choose your food properly, and now and then, every week, starve the body for 24 hours. Brahma, starve, and it's good for you because you can lose a little bit of the muscle, build muscle. You got a fat muscle. So you starve the body 24 hours every week, just water. You'll be surprised what good it will do to you. Anti-cancer cells are removed when you do that. You all have cancer cells, all of us. They are dormant, and then something happens and they come up. It's the same, ordinary cells become cancer cells. Ordinary cells, they become the cancer cells. But that's a different topic. Let us try to avoid vegetable seed oil. Next thing. Next one. Okay. CAD, no. Go back to the slide. CAD is coronary artery disease. And reducing, can you make it a little bigger? No. Yeah. Can you all see? Yeah. Detection, treatment, and reversal of metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is when you are huge, big, obese. Early, when you have metabolic syndrome, means that you're really overweight, really obese. You have to think about coronary artery disease. And then you can use CT to show, and I will show you some CT pictures just now. But the early blood test that you can do to detect early coronary artery disease, forget about CRP level and homocysteine level. Homocysteine level is something that your doctors, I don't see it on do they, have you all checked your lab form? They have homocysteine level. You should check it. And that level, you should try to get it normal. If you can't get it normal, then you use B6, vitamin B6. It's cheap, over the counter. B6, niacin, and another drug. And let's go to it's supposed to HB, that's HG. HbA1c level, it must be less than 5.7. Less than 5.7. And if you want to know about your insulin level, pharmacists, you alluded to this. Here's what you get: your triglyceride level, you get the high density lipoprotein level, HDL. You put the triglyceride level over the HDL, and if the ratio is less than 2.0, you do not have too much of insulin or useless insulin in your body to damage your vessels. Is that clear? Is that picture clear? Is that clear, pharmacists? Because you're about all this text me the next day to say whether things weren't clear. So the hemoglobin, the triglycerides, and you can get your triglycerides from your doctor. You can go, you'll see your book, you have it in your thing. You divide it by the HDL. If it's less than 2.2, you are doing well. Is that clear? Is there anything ambiguous here? Kraft test is to measure insulin level. I don't want to go into that. That is going to too much of detail and too much of medicine. We leave that alone. Just suffice it to say that you cannot get insulin levels measured here. Insulin levels, you can get wrong. You can get insulin level measured, but you got to pay for it. It's not something that's easily done. I tried to get it in Guyana, but the machine alone is over 100 or something thousand US. But one day I'm hoping I'll get it to Guyana. I don't know if I'll be there that long. If I can get it in Guyana, many people can come and check their insulin, even although they're not diabetic, and even if they're diabetic, they can check the insulin and see what the insulin is the worst thing in your body. High insulin, that is. It's called insulin resistance. Insulin is most important. Most important. Without insulin, you cannot digest your sugar. I put digest. The word is metabolize, but I don't. There are some people who say, "Oh, Dr. Rubik said digest," but I'm just saying for this. You can't digest the sugar. The insulin is important. But if there are useless insulin around in your body, then that insulin destroys the blood vessels to your heart, to your kidney, to your eyes, to your legs. Diabetics, they get gangrene in their toes, their legs get chopped off, etc., etc. So I'm going to leave it at this. And next week I'll show you some of the pictures of when you don't adhere to these things. Because I think this is enough for today to absorb this. Vegetable oil, do not use it. What oil you cook with, Leela? What oil you cook with? Okay, you don't know? You can't cook with olive oil, man. Olive oil can't take fire, can't take steam. It disintegrates if it takes steam. Well, sesame? I just tell you sesame seeds are bad. I just told you that seeds are bad. I mean, the kind of audience I have, I can do the same topic over and over and over and over. I just tell you any seed oil is bad. Sesame, whatever, they are bad. Okay, let's go to Gita and relieve the tension a little bit. Dhyana. Gita, Dhyana. Om Pataya Pratibodhita Bhagavata
Narayanena Swayam
Vyasena Gatita Purana Mudira
Madhye Mahabharatam
Advaita Vratavarshini Bhagavate
Ashtadashadhyayini
Ambatva Madhusaldadhami Bhagavat
Giteva Madhveshini
Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe
Pullaravindayatapatra netra
Yedatvaya Bharata Taila Purna
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipa
Kapalla Parijataya
Stotra Vetrekapanale
Yada Buddhaya Krishnaya
Gita Amrituhe Namaha
Sarvopadishadu Gavo
Dugha Gopala Nandana
Pato Vatsasudev Bhukta
Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahata
Vasudeva Sutam Devam
Kamsa Chalura Mardanam
Devaki Paramanandam
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru
Bhishma Dhura Tata Jaya Tata Jala
Gandhari Lotpala
Shalya Grahavati Kripiramahari
Karnena Velakula
Ashwattama Vikarna Ghora Makara
Duryodhana Vartini
Jyotirna Kalupadavairarare
Kaivataka Keshava
Parashariya Vachasaroja Bamalam
Gītātha Gandhotkatam
Nana Kyadaka Kesaram Harikatha
Sambodhana Bodhitam
Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha
Pipiyamana Muda
Yadva Bharata Pankajam Kalibala
प्रध्वंस्यं श्रेयसे
Mukam Karoti Vachalam
पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
Yatkripatamaham Vande
परमानन्दमाधवम्
Yang Brahma Vadalendra Vaduta
स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्ये समये
Vedai Sagapada Krabo Padashidai
गायन्ति यं सामगान्
Yanang Vastidhatadagate Manasa
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
Yasyaltam Navido Sura Suragara
धीमाय तस्मै नमः
The Gita Dhyanam is a very important prayer. If we can know it and we can do it at home, it really purifies the atmosphere at home. It's a whole synopsis, and this was said by Vyasa himself. We should try to do it if we can. You have heard this verse before, but I want to talk about it today because these are the things that prevent us from having happiness in our lives. Verse 37, chapter 3. Kama isha krodha ish rajo guna sabudbhava
कामेश क्रोधेश रजो गुण समुद्भव
Mahasharo mahapapa pidyena mihavairinam
महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येन मिह वैरिणम्
Vidyenam yahavairinam Enam yahavairinam Kasi Bhagavan Vacha Kama Isha Krodha Ish Rajo Guna Samudbhava Mahashano Mahapapa Vidyenam Yahavairinam Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath
नारायण वासुदेवा श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासु
Bhagavan Krishna told Arjuna, Sri Bhagavan, Kama Shakrodayesh, lust for, because of your senses, because lust for money, lust for power. Look what power is doing to the world. Lust for power, what it is doing to the world? Lust, one man wants power. What is doing to the world? Destroying the whole world. Destroying children. You see the children? You see the little children? People getting babies in shelters, etc. This is lust for power. And he is not going to stop. He is not going to stop unless something really bad happens. He's not going to stop. The lust for power is very alive today. Forget about Mahabharata. Today. Not only in Russia the lust for power is. You go to other countries, the African countries, Caribbean countries, lust for power. One man control the whole thing. Still a big part of the whole scheme of things. Even Canada too. Canada is not exempt. England is not exempt. When they get into their seat and the power comes to them, lust for power is terrible. You have seen all across the border. You have seen it, not now, but prior to this present president, you saw the lust for power then. Kamesha Koresh Rajo Guna Samudbhava. And then when you don't get what you want, you get angry. And we get angry, you want to destroy. you want to destroy, you want to lay everything waste in your path, this is the greatest enemy in the world. Let us control our anger, control our lust, control our greed, control our passions, and we will control them. This can be one of the greatest things for us. We are going to do Hanuman Chalisa, and then we do meditation, and then I'm going to ask Rupraj to speak. Hanuman Chalisa.
हमारी राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारी राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
हमारी राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान निज मन मुकुर सुधार जो दायक फल चार सुमिरो पवन कुमार हर हो कलेश विकार हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा कुमति निवार सुमति के संगे कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन राम काज करिबे को आतुर राम लखन सीता मन बसिया दिखत रूप धरि लंक जरावा रामचंद्र के काज सवारे हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान तुम मम प्रिय भरत समभाई अस कई श्रीमति कंठ लगावे नारद सारद सहित अहिसा कभी को बिन कई सके कहाते राम मिलाए राजपद दीना
लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना हनुमान जी हनुमान जी हनुमान जी
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान लीलो ताहि मधुर बल जानो जल्दी लागी गई अचरज नाई सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे देते होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे,
अंतकाल रघुवर पुर जाई,
जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई।
संकट कटाई मिटाई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा। हनुमान जी, हनुमान जी, हनुमान जी।
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान, हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान।
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई,
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई,
जो सत बार बात कर कोई,
छूते ही बंदी महासुख होई,
बोले हनुमान चालीसा।
होई सिद्धि साखी गौरीशा।
तुलसीदास सदा हरिचेरा, जय नाथ हृदय महेरा।
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान, हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान।
सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, हनुमान।
सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम 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 हनुमान।
सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, हनुमान।
ओ सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम 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 हनुमान।
मंगल मूर्ति राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसाओ सुरभि।
ओ सीता
राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम 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 हनुमान। सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम राम राम, सीता राम।
पवन सुत हनुमान
की
की
जय।
जय। We're going to meditation. प्रभु जी
प्रभु जी
दया करो,
दया करो,
मन में
मन में
आर बसो।
आन बसो।
Let the strings of the violin take us far away from home. Let land of peace, quietude, and silence. In this meditation, I pray for two of our devotees who are undergoing surgery this week. We hope the Divine Mother will bless them and their countries safely and back to us. तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना
लागे सुना,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरू। Travel away from here. पूजा नहीं जानू
मंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर
अब तो आकर बाहर करो
We do 2 pranayams, I go into silence. 2 pranayams. Talk to God. Surrender to Him.
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्
Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय
तेजस्विनापतितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम. You rub your hands together, which is the center of energy, put it over your face, ask Bhagwan that all that energy must stay within you. And that today, Preeti Bhoj is served by the temple because we didn't have anyone to sponsor. The ladies are having their Women's National Day downstairs at 12:30, and the honorable speaker for that is a young lady by the name of Ritu Gupta. You all heard of her? Ritu Gupta? She's on lots of television stations, and did a lot of work for St. Michael's, and she's the CEO of Eastern Group of Companies. Father retired. Father is here today, but he has retired, giving over to her. I hope so she'll be talking at 12:30 for the International Women's Day. I was very glad that I could. She grew up in this temple. The whole family grew up in this temple. But today, before I say anything else, Shivratri I thought was a very good celebration. I thought it went out very well. I thought we had a lot of people. And we had Shivratri for 2 days because Monday was one day, but Tuesday were so many people here at the temple. So many people here at the temple Tuesday afternoon. Holi is, anybody know what Purnima is for Holi? Next Thursday. Not this Thursday, next Thursday. Next Thursday, Purnima for, and the next Sunday is Balaji Ekadasi Abhishek, which is being sponsored by somebody. So we have two sponsors. We do Balaji Abhishek only on Ekadasi. Ekadasi is followed on Sunday this time. So Sunday morning, 8:30, we'll do that. I have with us one of our directors from the Renal Center in Guyana. Supporter, director, he's everything. When we short the money, tell him put in money. He's no other than our own brother Roop, Ganesh, Parts. Can you give a mic to speak with?
Yeah, this one.
Roop, please, stand up. You know, if you ever stand up, I'll ask you. But Shishama Lafia. Here, take off your mask, your wife can see you. Your wife will look like she can see you. All right. Can you focus the camera on Roop there because his wife is looking in Guyana. This is one of my main men in Guyana, Steve. Steve? He's one of my main guys in Guyana. He's one of the directors. All right, go ahead.
Namaskar, my humble Sitaram to all. I tell you, I've been a privilege and an honor for me to be here this morning in satsang. And always, when you're in satsang with Dr. Dubey, it's an exceptional feeling.
I paid him for that. Okay.
Brothers and sisters, I've brought you greetings from the Dubey Medical team in Guyana. We want to thank you all very much for the contributions you have been making in changing people's lives by providing one of the best dialysis center in the Caribbean, not only Guyana. I've been told by many people who visit that institution that it has been one of the best. On Wednesday last, I was at the center. I didn't tell Doctor this as yet, but there were some, we have opened back the clinic in Berbice, and I was told by 9 visiting technicians from the New Amsterdam institution, and they came there. 8 of them was the first visit, and 1 was the old staff that we had trained. And they were very impressed by what they saw, because they have been working in the public institution. And when they visited Dubé Medical Center, they were very surprised with the standards. And so it prompted me to go and visit on Thursday morning. At 8 o'clock, we were in New Amsterdam, myself and the administrator, Mr. Zahir, and we went and visited and saw what they were doing and look at ways of improving. So next, we are looking forward to doctor's visit so that we will go to Berbice and see how we can improve the facilities there to bring it to our standards. Because our standards at Annandale is the standard of McMaster University. So we are indeed very proud of that. The other thing is, Dr. Dubé has been in Guyana talking of health and diabetes. This is a serious problem, and so in Berbice, I am hoping that we are going to spend a few days having workshops with people so that we can establish a better relationship and help to improve lives. Again, this is not possible without Dr. Dubé. Now, when we started a few months ago, the Berbice Institution, there were only 16 patients. When I went there on Thursday, there's 32 patients doing dialysis in New Amsterdam. Mind you, Annandale facility is facilitating 100 patients. So we have problems in Guyana. It's a serious problem. And the contribution that you have been facilitating has had tremendous effect. I can only thank you for what you have been doing and your kind support, and may God continue to bless you all. Thanks.
Thank
Jai
you.
Shri Krishna.
Thank you. We are collecting money today. We started collecting money for the children in Kiev. And on Shivratri Day, I started, in half an hour we collected $20,000. I think today we have about 30,000. Our target is $50,000. So if anybody feel like giving for the children of Kiev, we want to give them. Some people are saying they don't want to give, and that's, the government is giving enough. We say that's fine, but we want to do our part. We want to do a little bit. So if anybody could put a little bit for the children of Kiev, we see the disasters, so that's what we're collecting for. Besides the program here today, we have with us one of the gentlemen who has helped me tremendously. Years and years ago, he has constantly helped me. He gave me $22,000 check one day for a dialysis machine. One day, $22,000. We had a banquet at his hall, at his own banquet hall. He never charged us a cent for it. The cost was about nearly $90,000. And he helped us to build a senior's home next door. I would like him to say a few words because we have to watch the time. I'm sorry that he come. I have to press him. I would like Dr. Steve Gupta to say at least a few words. Let's go the other way. Get up and give it to him. Get up and give it to him. Yeah, it's okay.
Namaskar. Jai Mata Di.
Jai Mata Di.
Dr. Dubé, thank you very much.
By the way, that chatra that you say about Mother Durga, he gave it to us.
He never,
Long time ago.
he never fails to embarrass me every time I come here, keep telling me all these things. I didn't do anything. Without Devi Matas and God's blessing, nobody can do anything. Everything what we have is given by God to us, Devi Mata, Bhagwan, Lord Shiva. And it's all blessings of friends like Dr. Dubé. The biggest contributor to our Hindu community is Dr. Dubé. Like Ganesha said, that this is so important what he's doing. The dialysis center, I've seen the videos, I've seen the pictures of that dialysis center, that what he has built is Canadian Standards Hospital. It's fantastic what he has done. God bless you for doing. And I hope you live 1,000 years and to do more things for our community. And I also want to tell you that anytime any of us from our community, whether is far away or close to him, whoever it is, whoever calls him, doesn't matter who it is, he always there to help them and go out of the way to help them. And I've seen that over the years, last 30, 35 years I know him, and it's amazing community work that he does. And hats off to you, and thank you for everything you do for all of us, for this temple. And I've been coming to this temple, I don't know how many years. I've never gone to any other temple. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and it's all due to Guruji's blessings. And our Guruji, by the way, after 2 years, 23 months actually, came back on Shivratri from deep sadhana. And he was here 2 years ago in 2019, I believe.
2019.
Yeah, and he came to this temple, and we are so blessed that he's in our life. We are guided by him, and it's amazing that we all get the blessings. If you have a positive mind, he always says that if you have little faith, that you will go to heaven. If the full faith, heaven will come to you. So this is how it is. If we have full faith, whatever you wish or you want to get, you will get. Thank you very much. All the best, and all the women over here. Happy International Women's Day. And women are the creators or the builders of the universe, and they're the ones who create families. And without them, this world will not be there where it is. And even our gods. And we should empower them. We should give them lots of power to do whatever they're doing, and encourage them to do more, to help the community, help the society and the family and the country. Even our gods, three, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and Lord Brahmaji, and all three of them, their wives have the most important portfolios. Lakshmi ji is the Minister of Finance, and Devi Mata is the defense, controls the whole defense, and Saraswati Mata controls the whole education. And look at our gods also has given so much power to the women. So we should do the same thing. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. I just got a donation of $500 from Roy Dubey. Steve was also given a donation. So, Shri Radhe Govinda Bhajavan Shri Radhe Radhe.
Shri Radhe Govinda Bhajavan Shri Radhe. O Radhe Shri Radhe Jai Jai Radhe. O Radhe Shri Radhe Govinda Bhajavan Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Radhe
वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, सद्गुरु देव की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। So the lecture is at 12:30. There's Puja prepared by the temple for all of you. You can take a package, as the case may be, and encourage all the ladies to wait for the lecture by Ritu Aarti.
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी, जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संगत, दास जनों
Today, our Pandit Ramesh is leaving for India. He's going back to join his family for 3 months. And then, वो कहाँ है? आप हैं? हाँ. So this प्रार्थना is for him. वो हरिद्वार जाएंगे, तो आज हम लोग प्रार्थना करेंगे आपके लिए. अच्छा? तमेव माता.
गुरुजी
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे